be honest. When they gave me the topic of healing, the first thing that I thought about is, what am I going to say about healing? Because all I know right now is pain. How do I speak on healing when the closest people to me live in chronic pain, be it mental, physical, emotional, or spiritual? I think about the teen moms that I used to work with in East Palo Alto, California. They were single, homeless, and parenting little ones. They know pain. Some had grown up homeless or housing insecure, moving from couch to couch, bringing their stuff in black plastic garbage bags from one place to another. Some knew the pain of living with the insecurity of being found undocumented. Some knew the pain of domestic abuse by the father of their children and the pain of wanting to stay in that relationship and wanting to leave. Some knew the pain of having their parents abandon them early on due to drug or alcohol abuse. These are the kinds of pains that don't always heal. This is the kind of chronic pain that takes a lifetime to address, if at all. In Myers-Briggs terms, I'm a J. I like to check things off my list. I like to complete tasks. I like to fix things. And so when I went to New Creation Home, I soon realized and was frustrated by the idea that I can't fix their pain. The young moms taught me what it's like to live in chronic pain. I found that I could not check off their pain and call them healed. My evangelical self, my optimistic hopefulness in the God who saves, the God who heals, wanted to be able to say, done, you are healed. But I couldn't do that. At the same time, the Holy Spirit decided I was going to become charismatic. And so me and my staff in our garage office had deliverance and healing like I've never experienced before in my life. And yet, I don't know why, but the Holy Spirit chose not to have that same healing and deliverance for the teen moms that we served. I have no idea why. But the Spirit did move. We saw girls graduate from college. We saw them leave abusive relationships. We saw little ones walk for the first time. We did experience joy and steps forward in their life, but there was still a level of pain that each resident had to manage every day. On a personal level, I carry my own pain as well. So I have eczema, and some of you may have had it when you were younger, or maybe have a patch or two here. I have it from head to toe, and it's pretty severe. In fact, this morning when I was taking a shower, I was grimacing at the pain from my face to my feet because it felt like thousands of paper cuts with salt rubbed in them. That's what I feel like. This is the pain that I carry. Sometimes it's so bad when it's on my face, I can't move my mouth or have an expression. I can't smile without it hurting. In fact, one day I was driving to church on my way to preach, and I prayed and I asked God, can you just heal at least the part around my mouth so I can preach without pain? This morning, as I thought about it, I thought, what do I know about healing? Because all I know is pain. And then let's go ahead and add on the other layers, right? That's just my external physical self. For months, I've been carrying the emotional pain of grief and loss. And then we add on the national and the personal individual relationships that we have when we carry stories of, at least I carry the stories of my sisters with me too, and church too, breathing while black. I mean, that's a lot of pain and a lot of stories that we all carry for one another. And so as I considered this, I realized that women, we know healing because we know pain. What is unique to women is that our pain, out of our pain comes life. When women are pregnant, our bodies are no longer our own because it's under new management. The new boss baby starts to rearrange the furniture. In childbirth, a woman will endure pain for hours in labor, giving her body as a living sacrifice so that new life can happen. For women, our bodies are biologically, and I would argue theologically, built to sacrifice itself and endure the pain for the sake of another. We know healing because we know pain. Even for women like me who have not birthed a child biologically, our bodies are still designed to die to itself in the process and preparation of bringing someone to life. It reminds me of the woman, which the NIV calls, who had the issue of blood. Another version says that she was hemorrhaging. Now, I know a man interpreted this because there's a wide range between an issue of blood and hemorrhaging. We got products to deal with all those differences. Those of you who preach this, my brothers here, if you preach this passage, please do me a favor. Ask a woman how it feels. Because it's more than feeling uncomfortable in our skin. She was in pain. Even on a mild day, she would probably experience a low-grade backache or a headache or a migraine. She would feel the life drained out of her body. If she were truly hemorrhaging, she would be doubled over in a corner or lying down somewhere waiting for the pain to go away. But that pain did not go away. That pain stayed with her year after year. She knew the life of chronic pain. She knew what it felt like to have the life drained out of her every single day for 12 years. Her body was constantly giving itself away, leaving her with years of pain and exhaustion and desperation. And I can imagine for some, depression. By year 3, she had been living with that chronic pain for so long, she probably cycled through hope and desperation a few times over. By year 6, she probably wondered, is there really a God? Because I don't feel like that God is answering my prayers. By year 9, she came accustomed to that pain, probably, and must have forgotten what it was like to have a life without that pain. Jesus had yet to enter the scene, and so she didn't have any word that a Messiah was coming just yet. All she knew was she spent all of her money on doctors, and nothing was changing the course of her pain. What does this woman know about healing when all she knows is pain? What she knew about healing was Jesus, when Jesus did come through. She reached out to touch him just to see if the slightest bit of contact might bless her in some way. Here's what's interesting to me. Of all the ways Jesus healed people, right? Sometimes it was like mud and spit. Sometimes it was just a word, you're healed. This is the way he healed her. He felt the power drain out of her. Jesus felt the life being drained out of him. In a very similar way, if not parallel way to the way women experience our life being drained out of us, Jesus knew what it was to sacrifice his body in order to give life for another. In this sense, Jesus embodied a similar pain to the one that the woman had been experiencing for the past 12 years. And in this sense, Jesus knows the pain of women. I can speak to healing because I know pain. While I don't know what it's like to be a young teen mom, I do know that there is life that comes out of pain. I know that healing may come, and sometimes even just the hope of healing can help us get through the day. I know that even though I can't fix everything for the people that I serve, I can sit with them in the midst of their pain. Jesus did that. Jesus understands the suffering. Jesus understands how to bring life out of pain. And so when I lead with hope in the healing. I know there is healing. I have experienced some of that. And to the depths of the pain that I've experienced, I've also experienced the joy and the height of the healing. But I don't want to wrap this up so cleanly like a 30-minute TV show, right? I don't want to wrap it up like everything's all good. There's healing. Because sometimes that healing doesn't come this side of heaven. So I also lead out of pain. Pain is where I empathize. Pain is where I connect with others. Pain is where the deepest parts of my humanity connects with the deepest parts of your humanity. Like Jesus, as we carry the burden of pain with one another in community with one another, we will find deeper healing. We will find deeper healing beyond the pain that we experience.